Homework. Probably your least favorite thing about math class is the homework. Well, I'm here to tell you that we will not have homework in this math class. Just kidding. We do have homework, but I revert to them or refer to them as assignments because I really prefer that you, as much as possible, do not do your work at home. When you're sitting there by yourself with nobody to help you, nobody to answer any questions if you get stuck on a math problem. Maybe some of you have parents that can help with your math homework at home, but not very many once we get to the high school level. So I prefer to call them assignments. I will talk to you about the assignments that you have 3, 4, 5 times a week once in a while, but it's usually not every day of the week. You'll be expected to do them. On your own and your notebook paper, most of them come out of the book. Sometimes there are worksheets. Question is, how do these assignments get graded? Most of the time, I give you an assignment that has odd problems involved in it, and if there are odd problems in the assignment, you can go look them up in the back of the book and check and see if you did them right. That's a check to see if you're doing them correctly, not a way to just quickly cheat your way through the assignment and get it all done by writing the odd answers down. The main thing about your math assignments is it's such a waste of time for you to do them and do them wrong and not find out until the next day when you got them graded or turned them in that they were actually wrong. So I want you to check as you go along, did you do the problem right? Did you do this section of problems right? Go through and use that. How are these assignments going to get collected or graded? Most of the time they are graded one at a time by a daily quiz. You will be tested or quizzed daily on what did you learn yesterday, what were you supposed to understand from this, can you do 3 or 4 problems just like it without asking for any help. But then the assignments that you did mostly out of the book, sometimes they're worksheets, will be collected at the end of every unit. Every unit you will have a packet, like a stapled together set of all of your assignments. So what I'm going to show you is a Geometry 9 notebook assignment, or also works in algebra notebook assignment. They are relatively the same other than the word says algebra or the word says geometry. And I don't know if you can read this from here, but I will be linking this to Google Classroom so you can take a good look at it. It's going to be kept in a notebook and turned in as a packet at the end of the unit. It will be worth 40 points, which are part of your formative grade. There was a rubric, homework assignments. Did you do all of the assignments from this unit? Did you do the problems for each assignment, or did you just do a couple of them? There's neatness and organization. Each assignment should be labeled at the beginning of it. How do I know which assignment you did if it just has a whole bunch of numbers and problems all over it? Does it put down the section number, the page number, the problems that you were supposed to do? And then as you do the problems, they should be numbered. For example, you did section 1.2, page 10, 2 through 30 even, or 2 through 30 odd, whatever it is. And then I will also be checking for evidence of thought. Did you show your work? Not because I'm one of those stickler math teachers that says, if you don't show your work, you don't get any credit. I want you to show your work so that I know you did it. I know you thought your way through it. I know that your brain was processing the information as you were going through. You didn't just find the answer in the back of the book. You didn't Google it. You didn't just get it from a friend. And some of the problems don't take really any work to show. I understand that. I'm okay with that. I'm not going to think you cheated just because you didn't have work if it asked you what 2 plus -5 was. So the ones that need work, for equations, you'll write the problem and show each step. For word problems, writing down key information. Here's what the rubric looks like. If the homework is completed, you get 10 points. Somewhat completed, or not completed, sorry, 10 points. Somewhat completed, 15. Mostly completed, 20. Notice it says mostly. I'm not going to dock you points if you're missing 1 or 2 problems. Neatness and organization. Is the packet in order? Did you put the first assignment first, second assignment second? Did you label it with the section, the page, the assignment, and number all the problems? You get 10 points. Evidence of thought and work shown for most problem, you get 10 more points. Each time you will get a cover letter or a cover page, whether it's algebra or geometry, with the list of the assignments that are expected. So this will get stapled to the top. Number 1 will be section 1.1. Number 2 will be section 1.2. Number 3 will be section 1.3, and it'll continue on. You are going to put your name up here, and I am going to score it. Depending on how it works, we will be having somebody else maybe have a peer that evaluates and checks and sees if you have all this done. So I don't want you to think that you're doing your homework for nothing. There's no reason to do your homework. It's not getting graded, or again, I called it homework. Your assignments are getting graded, but keep in mind they are designed for practice. Nobody expects you to master something the first day that you learned it. I mean, if you went to ballet practice and they told you to do plie, maybe is a ballet word, and you've never done one before, I don't think that they would expect you to master it. If you go to basketball practice and they draw up a play and say, now do it, I don't think that they expect you to do it the very first time. That's what your assignments are. Maybe in music class, if they gave you a piece and said, here, play your saxophone, show me how this goes. I think they would give you a few days, if not a week, to get really good at it before you got tested on how well you know it. That's what these assignments are for. Giving you a chance to practice the problems so that you can see a little bit different types of problems, how they are applied, how would you use them in a word problem in real life, and then maybe a daily quiz to check your progress before you get a full summative quiz or a test. So keep that in mind. The assignments are for you and for your practice. If you don't go to practice, you're not going to do very well in the game. And the game in high school math are the tests, the assessments of showing me what you really know how to do. So expect to see the assignment cover pages on Google Classroom, but that answers the question of what do we do with our assignments that we do every day.